Okay, what do I need to hit? It says it's streaming, and it just has. Okay, then. So we'll give it a minute. But if you, I guess if you all can hear me, this is the time we're waiting for everything to kick in. This is very new for us, so we're going to try it again. It must be something. My producer, I love having Joel in my other phone, because the light is on. It says Free Fall Friday. My camera light is on. My mic is on. Um, Free Fall. Okay. Okay. I clicked on Free Fall, and nothing's happening. Next box. What do I love this? Pressing. I have Free Fall in the sources box. Do I do webcam again? I have clicked on Free Fall. Okay. All right. I see me. So am I good to go? Okay. All right then. Well, I assume that we are streaming. I do see myself, and my microphone says I'm working. Um, but I want to say, hey, good afternoon, or good morning, Southern Crescent Technical College family, and those watching us on YouTube. I just wanted to say this is Free Fall Fridays. And Joel, are we good? Or do I need to do anything else? Okay, I see me, I see me, and I hear you. And it says we have one viewer up in the corner, so I'm good. So I'll just continue to what we were going to talk about today. Basically, this is called Free Fall Friday, and it's an opportunity for us just to talk about anything that you all would like to talk about. Um, but also, I'm in the vein of dealing with some positive mental health tips of how we deal with things in this COVID situation, in this COVID time where we're learning to have to do things a new normal. Joel, I know I still have you on the line, but how can I see if it's streaming to our SCTC activities page? Because last time I was able to see some questions and things coming from us from the audience, but this is a uh-huh, I see. Okay. I would. Do I hit multi-stream? Okay. Just want to make sure. All right. So again, we are learning all about everything that's going on with virtual, our new normal, and dealing with our life issues and things that we have going on with us during this COVID time. COVID-19. We have been in this thing for almost a month now, and one of the things that we do know, life will not go back to the way it has been. Life has changed for us. But for those that do not know who I am Cheryl Burks, and I am the Director of Student Support Services, a part of the Student Affairs Division. And my team, mainly try to, we see ourselves as those helping students with those non academic issues to make sure that they're having a wonderful college experience, whether it's face to face or now virtual. And we do realize that this is a big change. This is a big difference for each and every. It's a big change for each and every one of us, and we just need to have. We have to learn how to do things a different way. So, but in this difference, in this COVID time, we know that because of the unknown, because of just having to learn to go to the grocery store differently, learning how to visit with people, social distancing, how to continue our classwork on online when you signed up for face to face. So today, I just want to talk to you a little bit about how to maintain good, positive mental health during these trying times. And one of the things I want to make sure that you give you some tips, some things that you can actually use in life. And I know for me, and I have to talk about me first, and then I can answer questions about you. But if I don't see any questions come up, or any comments that do come up, what I'm going to do is just talk to you about some things that I've experienced that you may be experiencing. And learning to do things differently sometime and using the parts of your brain that you don't necessarily you're not accustomed to using. Sometimes it can produce overload. It can produce stress. It can produce just tiredness, you know. And the subject I kind of want to talk about today is fatigue. How do you deal with mental, physical, spiritual, emotional fatigue that's going on in this time of COVID, this unknown thing? Here's what we're going to talk about. Fatigue, though, people, when you talk about tired, that's one thing, but fatigue, that's a little bit different. And we want to manage our fatigue but first we have to know what that is. Fatigue basically is uh, just the body's response to sleep loss or to prolonged physical or mental exertion. See, I don't know about you all, but for me, I have had to, it's like you're staying on all the time, trying to get that next bit of information, trying to make sure that you don't miss something that's very, very important. So emotionally, we're just still connected to one another. We are connected to our devices, connected to the television, connected to the atmosphere, just connected on so many different levels that it can produce mental exertion. And then when you mentally, if you have mental fatigue, you're mentally tired, then the next thing that happens is that your body gets physically tired because then it's draining, it becomes heavy. Because so as the mind is, so does the body go sometimes. So fatigue again, it has emotional, physical, and behavioral consequences, and it causes lapses in attention, diminished reaction time, and reduced motivation. I'm trying to tell you, all the things that you're experiencing is normal in this new normal. So that's what fatigue is. Understanding fatigue is not just you're tired, but it goes a little bit beyond that. So as a result, we work as a result of all this stuff going on, we can make errors. I've noticed that I've made errors sometimes that usually I can catch, but this time because of everything going on, I don't catch them as quickly. So that's a part of fatigue. It impacts your patience, it impacts your staff, the way they deal with you, how you deal with them, with your friends, your coworkers, your family. So understanding that fatigue, sometimes people think the word is they use the word burnout, that we burn out. We has rapidly and universally just say, I've had enough. But anyway, I think you understand what fatigue is right now. But I want to click another thing, which is talk about something. You got fatigue on this side. We say, hey, all this stuff is going on. But we have to be intentional and conscious about getting rest. I mean, maximizing rest. Have you ever tried to relieve your fatigue by getting extra sleep only to wake up in the morning still feeling just as exhausted? That's still like sleep and rest are not the same thing. Sleep is just one type of the seven types of rest. Rest deficiency, because we don't understand the power of rest. Sometimes we just think, oh, I'm sleeping, but are you sleeping and you're not resting? So you have to take this time to make sure you do rest. Rest is the most underused, underrated, misunderstood. Um, misunderstood. I gotta step out for a minute. Give me a minute. Um, I was just, again, in this new COVID, one of the things we do, we're all working at home. And working at home, we have new office mates, and we have new schedules, and everything that's going on that you sometimes haven't planned for, but you have to deal with, not deal with it in a negative way, but you have to respond. And if we're not resting the way we should rest, if we're not maximizing our emotional health, then sometimes it can causes us to just stray. But go back to the seven types of rest. Let me give you that first. There are seven types of rest. You rest mentally, spiritually, emotionally, socially, sensory, creatively, and physically. Y'all, it is so important to get your rest, not just fall asleep, because sometimes we just don't fall asleep. Because in this new COVID era, sometimes when your body is down, your mind is not down. Your mind is going constantly, constantly. But again, here are the seven types of rest: mental, spiritual, emotionally, social, sensory, creative, and physical. Now, let me stop right there a minute. In the midst of all of this, you all still have to attend school. You still have to do your classwork. You still have to get projects in. And you have to begin to manage your time in such a way that you're able to do all of these things in the new normal. Life is still going on. You are still having to do those projects, get that paper in, uh, be the mom to those children. Some of you have actually had to become teachers for your children. Now, teachers for your children, that's kind of difficult. I remember many, many years back when I was just helping my kids, but now you're responsible for having to help your children learn a skill, become competent in an area. And I know that can produce stress. That can make you mentally tired. Again, this going to be here. You can't say, oh, you can't pull a Scarlett O'Hara. What I used to say, I won't think about it today. I will think about it tomorrow. We can't do that. You have to be in it. And being in it, that means you have to manage it. And the thing, Coach Sinkfield does this Wellness Wednesdays from 12 o'clock to 1 o'clock. And he's telling us how to get our physical bodies into shape, our physical bodies to help us to manage the stress that's going on. He also gives recipes and things for your nutrition. I know it's very, very easy to eat that candy bar, to eat those pieces of cake. It's so easy to grab that water versus a soda or an adult beverage. I'm here to tell you that you have to be intentional about those things, because those, if you're not eating properly, you're not drinking properly, that affects your rest.